It is a crime that often targets teens. Sextortion is the practice of threatening people with the release of their very intimate photos to force them to pay money. And we're learning more about one of these cases that stretched here to Western New York.
CBS News Justice Correspondent Scott McFarland has reported on the human toll of these crimes. He is working on the story with the Buffalo angle and joins us now live from Washington. Scott, we welcome you. This was a search that spanned 3 years. Walk us through the details.
Yeah, this is a prototypical sextortion case, the likes of which there are so many more now than there were just a few years ago, where somebody convinces someone or hacks someone to get illicit images and then extorts that person for money under the promise of not releasing them publicly. As we went digging into cases across the country, we found one that hit right in Buffalo. A Ghanese national visiting Washington, D.C., in fact, just down the street from the U.S. Capitol, according to prosecutors, extorted a young Buffalo boy to prevent him from getting the pictures released. He ordered the boy to pay over about $20,000 or somewhere between $200,000 and $20,000. The boy didn't pay, went to the FBI. Federal investigators have tracked down a suspect named Cross Cole, the man from Ghana. But this is just one case in a surging number of cases, up 500% in just the past 6 years.
Riley Basford's world fell apart in just a few hours, says his mom, Mary Rohde.
I think certainly Riley was afraid, ashamed.
He was 15 years old, a high school football player from Potsdam, New York, who'd just begun using social media when a predator pretending to be a teenage girl convinced Basford to share private, illicit images of himself on a messenger app, then threatened to reveal the pictures and demanded money.
What do you think he was thinking after they demanded $3,500?
I think he must have been worried about being embarrassed.
He died by suicide 5 hours after receiving the first message.
The police and the ambulance were leaving slowly, so then it's like, oh, he's definitely dead, right? Because if they were going to save him, they'd be going fast right now.
FBI records reviewed by CBS News show a spike in reports of sextortion since 2019. Lauren Coffrin with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says her group has also seen a surge in cases targeting teen boys.
They're seeing the children as a profit center. They're going after the money.
This is like something we've never seen before. We are used to people being able to reach out to engage in chat with children for sexual reasons. They want the images. They want to be able to maybe meet up. Now they want money.
The extorters aren't across the street or across the state. Many are across the globe, including in the Ivory Coast, where the FBI recently busted a group of 4 charged with the scheme to extort Ryan Last, a 17-year-old from San Jose, California, another boy who died by suicide just hours after being sextorted.
In this latest case, this man named Cross Cole, who faces charges for allegedly sextorting the young man from Buffalo, he'll face a court date in Buffalo federal court in the coming days and the prospect of federal charges and ultimately federal prison time.
And Scott, we're talking about, of course, a case that dates back to 2022, and now we're talking about charges. Why does it take so long for these cases to be prosecuted and investigated?
It's a great question. There are 2 big reasons. First of all, some of these cases have international components. It's hard to track down the person at the other end. What's more, safety experts warn boys may be less inclined to report this publicly. That slows down other cases. A lot of us have had those talks with our teenage daughters. They're encouraging you to have talks with your teenage sons, too. Do not share illicit images and protect your password so your accounts are not hacked.
Good reminder there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. That led me to my next question, Scott. You know, for families out there, they hear these kinds of cases are on the rise. They might be overwhelmed. They might be alarmed. Based off your conversations with, the family experts, authorities, what should parents do? What should they look for?
Yeah, obviously, we all know to try to monitor, social media usage and internet usage among our young people, but the extortion cases happen like this. A first-time sharing an illicit image is often for the extortion, and these demands come in a matter of minutes or hours. You saw in that piece a boy who died by suicide. His mother said the first sextortion threat came just a couple hours before the suicide. These things happen rapidly.
Of course, we know about the tragedy in Minnesota. 2 state lawmakers there being shot and their spouses. Because you're in Washington and tracking the political talk there on Capitol Hill, can you talk about what lawmakers are saying and also what the Trump administration is saying about political violence in this country?
It's a quickly accelerating threat, this issue of political violence. First of all, let me give you the local information. New York State Police tell me they have ratcheted up their security at the state capitol just to give a better safety net security protection for state lawmakers there in Albany. At the federal level, these numbers are going to blow your mind. There's a 300% increase in threat investigations last year for U.S. Capitol Police versus just a few years ago. That's the spiral we're in the middle of, where these cases are surging in volume and in severity. One Ohio congressman got more security for himself today because he thinks he was on the same list those Minnesota legislators were on. A Michigan congresswoman canceled a town hall meeting tonight. Even though the man in Minnesota is under arrest, she wanted to take no chances. And U.S. Capitol Police are going to send more of their officers into communities near local district offices, the ones in town and in the strip malls, versus those protections here at the Capitol. They want to enhance protection outside the dome of protection at the Capitol and into U.S. communities.
Scott, looking at this, what exactly do these charges look like? And let me ask you, do you think there is potential this could be a death penalty case?
Yes, there's that potential. In fact, the prosecutor said as much. Federal stalking and murder charges. That's in addition to the local charges in the county in Minnesota. 2 different legal challenges now facing this suspected gunman, but the federal charges do bring the prospect of the death penalty.
Have we gotten any word yet from the Trump administration on this tragedy, and anything from the White House press corps or press secretary on this?
Yeah, the U.S. Attorney General says it is a priority. The president has said that, of course, this is a tragedy, though the president's critics were concerned. He criticized Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as part of his response to this.
All right, CBS News Justice Correspondent Scott McFarland in Washington, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.